Imagine this. Your heart pounds, your idea is ready, your hand almost rises to speak, and then you pull back. Meeting ends, opportunity gone. That tiny gap between I should and I did is where courage dies, and where we're going to work today. In this video, you'll learn how to train courage like a muscle using one simple tool: the 5-second action rule. No hype, no magic, just a clear, repeatable process to move from hesitation to action in the moments that matter. We'll dig into why your brain freezes, how fear actually masquerades as overthinking, and how a 5-second countdown can break that loop. By the end, you'll have a set of daily courage drills you can use in conversations, work, relationships, and tough decisions. Stay with me for the full 15 minutes. You'll walk away with a framework you can use for the rest of your life. Welcome to the channel. Here, we treat courage as a trainable skill, not a personality trait you either have or don't. Today's topic, the 5-second action rule, is one of the fastest ways I know to interrupt fear and build real self-trust. Here's the core idea. In any situation where you feel an instinct to act, speak up, start, move, reach out, you've got about 5 seconds before your brain talks you out of it. If you learn to use that tiny window, you change the trajectory of your life, one decision at a time. In a moment, I'll walk you through the psychology, then we'll get practical with scenarios you can start using today. If you want more content on mental toughness and real-world confidence, make sure you're subscribed and have the notification bell on so you don't miss future breakdowns, and commit to watching till the end so you can put the full system together. Let's start with what actually happens in your brain when you hesitate. You feel an impulse. I should introduce myself. I should close my laptop and start. I should say what I really think. That impulse is driven by your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for goals, logic, and intentional behavior. But almost immediately, another system kicks in, your survival brain. Its job isn't to make you happy, it's to keep you safe, and it treats anything uncertain, socially risky, or uncomfortable as danger. So within seconds, it generates thoughts that sound reasonable but are really fear in disguise. Now's not the best time. I should prepare more. What if this goes badly? If you sit in that space, hesitation hardens into avoidance. The 5-second action rule works because it cuts in before that survival system takes over, giving your prefrontal cortex a fighting chance to command your body to move. So what exactly is the 5-second action rule? Here's the simple version. 1. You feel an instinct to act toward a meaningful goal. 2. You immediately start a countdown out loud or in your head. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3. On 1, you physically move. Stand up, speak, click send, walk over, whatever the action is. Why a countdown? Because it's a pattern interrupt. Counting backwards demands focus, so it pulls your attention away from anxious thinking and anchors it in a clear directive. It also has a built-in sense of urgency. Your brain is used to associating countdowns with launch, not delay. The magic is not in the numbers, it's in pairing that countdown with movement every single time. Over days and weeks, your brain learns a new association. When we count down, we act. That's how you train courage instead of waiting to feel courageous. Let's apply this to social courage, speaking up, introducing yourself, asking questions. These are tiny moments that shape careers and relationships, yet most people silently sit them out. Example, you're in a meeting, you disagree with a plan, and your heart speeds up. Normally, you'd overthink until the moment passes. Instead, notice the impulse. I should say something. As soon as you feel it, start the countdown in your head. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On 1, lean forward, open your mouth, and say the first respectful sentence. Can I push back on something? Or at a networking event, you spot someone you'd like to meet. Don't analyze your opening line to death. Catch the instinct, count down, and on 1, simply walk over and say, "Hi, I'm Ah." The content can be messy at first. The win is that you acted before fear wrote the script. Now let's talk about procrastination, the silent courage killer. Most procrastination isn't laziness, it's avoidance of discomfort, confusion, boredom, self-doubt, fear of failure. Your survival brain labels the task as dangerous, so you reach for easy dopamine instead, scrolling, email, busy work. Here's how to use the 5-second action rule against this. First, define the smallest visible action. Open the document, write one sentence, set a 10-minute timer, draft a rough outline. Then, the moment you notice yourself about to drift, hand reaching for your phone, brain saying, "I'll start in a minute," interrupt. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On 1, move your body toward that tiny action. You're not committing to finishing the whole project. You're training the habit of starting on command even when you don't feel like it. Over time, your nervous system learns that discomfort is not an emergency. It's simply the doorway you walk through. Courage doesn't just mean doing more, it often means doing the hard, right thing instead of the easy, familiar one. That includes boundaries, tough conversations, and saying no when you're trained to people please. Picture this. A coworker dumps extra work on you again, and your automatic habit is to say, "Sure, no problem." Inside, you feel resentment. This is a courage moment. As soon as you sense that tightening in your chest, silently start 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and on 1 say, "I'd like to help, but my plate is full. What should I deprioritize?" Or, in a relationship, you've been avoiding a conversation about something that's been bothering you. Instead of waiting for the perfect moment, you choose a reasonable time, take a breath, count down, and on 1, simply open with, "There's something I've been nervous to bring up, but it matters to me." Courage here is honesty, not aggression. To really train courage, you need daily reps, small, deliberate acts that stretch your comfort zone just enough. Think of them as micro-challenges. Here's a simple framework. Each day, pick one situation where you usually hold back. It might be initiating a conversation, asking for help, sharing an idea, or starting work earlier than you feel ready. When that moment appears, you don't negotiate. You use the countdown. Example micro-challenges. Make one uncomfortable phone call. Ask one clarifying question instead of pretending you understand. Share one honest opinion in a group. Start one task immediately when you think of it. The goal is not drama or reckless risk. It's consistent, slightly uncomfortable action. Track these in a note on your phone. Date, action, and how you felt after. You'll start to see a pattern. Anticipation is almost always worse than reality, and each rep makes the next one easier. You might be wondering, is this just willpower in disguise? Not exactly. The 5-second action rule is a way to hack the timing of your decisions so you don't rely on feeling ready. Psychologically, it works through 2 mechanisms. First, it interrupts automatic negative thoughts. By counting backwards, you switch neural networks from default, wandering, anxious thinking to focused, goal-directed processing. Second, it creates what's called a behavioral initiation ritual. Your brain learns that this specific sequence, countdown then movement, means we're doing the hard thing now. Over time, this becomes less effortful, like tying your shoes. The courage doesn't come before the action. It's the result of repeated evidence that you can act while afraid. That's how you build self-trust, not by hyping yourself up, but by consistently keeping small promises to move within those 5 seconds again and again. Let's dig into fear and anxiety because this is where many people get stuck. The goal of the 5-second action rule is not to erase fear. It's to move with fear without letting it decide for you. When you feel anxious, your body fires up, racing heart, tight chest, swirling thoughts. Your brain screams, "Bad sign, retreat." But physiologically, that arousal state is almost identical to excitement. The difference is the story you attach to it. Try this. When you notice anxiety before a courageous act, label it differently. "My body is gearing up to perform." Then immediately go into your countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and take the next tiny step. You're teaching your nervous system that activation is a cue for action, not avoidance. You don't wait to feel calm, you act while your hands shake, while your voice trembles. That's what actually reprograms your fear response over time. Let's put this into a real-world scenario, asking for a raise or pitching an idea to your boss. High stakes, lots of fear. Step 1. Prepare but don't over-prepare as a way to avoid. Outline your main points and practice them once or twice. Step 2. Schedule the conversation. Send the calendar invite before you can talk yourself out of it, using the countdown to click send. When the moment arrives and your name pops up on your boss's calendar, your brain will start firing escape routes. Reschedule, you're not ready. This is your cue. As you walk toward their office or click the video call link, use the rule 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and physically move into the conversation. Inside the meeting, when it's time to speak your number or your idea, count down silently again and just deliver the first sentence. You can't control the outcome, but you can control the act of asking. That's courage training in action. One powerful extension of the 5-second action rule is what I call pre-decided courage. Instead of waiting for the moment and hoping you'll be brave, you decide in advance how you'll act, then use the countdown to execute that plan. Example, you decide, at tomorrow's stand-up, I will share one honest concern, or tonight I will go to the gym right after work. That pre-decision gives your prefrontal cortex a script. When the moment comes and fear tries to renegotiate, you don't debate. You just notice the cue, run the countdown, and move. This is especially helpful for habits you keep breaking. Waking up early, working on a side project, saying no to junk food. You choose the action when you're calm, then honor it when you're not. The countdown becomes the bridge between your best intentions and your actual behavior. Let's tackle 2 common obstacles. First, what if I use the 5-second rule and still fail or get rejected? Then good, that means you're doing it right. Courage is about actions aligned with your values, not guaranteed outcomes. Every time you act and survive discomfort, your capacity grows. Second, what if I overuse it and burn out? Remember, this tool is for meaningful moments, not every micro decision. Use it where you usually shrink: hard tasks, honest conversations, bold moves, and pair it with recovery, sleep, downtime, and supportive relationships so you're not white-knuckling your entire life. A practical tip: start with a 7-day courage sprint. Each day, intentionally use the countdown on 3 moments that matter. That's 21 reps, enough to feel a real shift. At the end of the week, review. Where did you act? What changed? This reflection locks in the gains. Let's pull this together with the key takeaways so you can actually use this tomorrow. First, courage isn't a feeling, it's a behavior. You don't wait to feel brave, you act while afraid. Second, your brain has a 5-second window before fear and habit shut down new behavior. That's the gap we're targeting. Third, the 5-second action rule is simple. Feel the instinct, count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then move your body toward a meaningful action. The power is in the pairing of countdown and movement, repeated consistently. Fourth, use it in specific domains: social courage, procrastination, boundaries, career moves, and everyday micro-challenges. Start small but be deliberate. Finally, track your reps. Notice how often the anticipation is worse than reality, and how each small act of courage builds self-trust. You're not trying to become fearless. You're becoming the kind of person who acts, even when fear speaks up. Now it's your turn to train courage daily. Pick one situation in the next 24 hours where you usually hesitate: speaking up, starting a task, asking for help, saying no. Right now, pre-decide how you'll act. Visualize the moment, feel the nerves, then mentally rehearse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and see yourself moving anyway. When that moment actually arrives, don't negotiate. Run the countdown and take the smallest courageous action. Then, after, write down what happened and how you felt. That reflection is where you'll see your growth. If this breakdown helped you, hit like so more people find it, and subscribe with the notification bell on. We're building a community of people training real-world courage and mental toughness. Drop a comment sharing the one action you're committing to in the next 24 hours. Your pledge might inspire someone else. And if you want a deeper dive, Check the description for related videos and tools to keep building this habit.